This is the super condensed story of Game of Thrones in 3 minutes to bring you up to date with this month's Season 6 return. Let's begin. The land of Westeros, a brutal continent of 7 territories ripe with political conflict, ruled by King Robert Baratheon and Cersei Lannister, who pledge allegiance with many territories to keep relative peace among them. But the king's sexual exploits produces illegitimate children all over the land, jump-starting multiple plots to take the throne. His second-in-command dies, so the king calls upon Ned Stark to take his place. Also known as Ned, he investigates the king's numerous exploits, alarming many in the courts. To cover up their evil plotting, Cersei secretly orders the death of the king and the imprisonment of Ned. Upon Baratheon's death, the houses of the kingdom engage in combat and political manipulation to claim the throne. The Stark House, comprised of Ned, his wife Catelyn, and his 6 children, Robb, Sansa, Arya, Bran, Rickon, and Jon Snow, the one everyone knows. Ned is supposed to take the throne after the king's death, but is captured and executed by the Lannister House. Fearing their fate and seeking revenge, his family is scattered throughout Westeros. Sansa is repeatedly married off against her will for political favor. Arya runs the land as a fugitive. Catelyn and Robb are murdered, and Briar and Rickon are captured by Theon Greyjoy, but then go missing. Jon Snow, Ned's bastard son, is sent to the Wall, where he becomes the commander of the Night's Watch. Despite his success as a commander rising throughout the Watch's ranks, he is murdered by his compatriots and left for dead as the White Walker zombie things return after thousands of years and threaten all of Westeros. The Lannister House. Father Tywin Lannister and his children Tyrion, Jaime, Cersei, and grandson Joffrey. After the death of the king, Cersei elects her son Joffrey to take the throne. Joffrey, the secret byproduct of an incestuous relationship between Cersei and Jaime, becomes Westeros' worst ruler. Joffrey is murdered and Tyrion is framed for his death. Jaime releases Tyrion from prison and murders Tywin, his father, for the false accusation and for sleeping with Tyrion's lover. Cersei is imprisoned for her sins and forced to reveal one of her incestuous relationships to the public. The Targaryen House, led by Daenerys Targaryen, ruled over Westeros until King Baratheon's rebellion. The Targaryens are forced out of the kingdom. In an effort to rebuild their empire, Daenerys is pledged to marry Khal Drogo. After his death, Daenerys adopts the title of Khaleesi and hatches some sweet dragon eggs. Now known as the Mother of Dragons, she overcomes every city she encounters using her dragon soldiers. The land of Westeros is plagued by the imminent threat of the White Walkers, mystical beings north of the Wall that possess great power. At the turn of Westeros' civil wars, White Walkers appear beyond the Wall and strategically begin to plot their control of the kingdom. They also have the ability to reanimate the corpses of the dead back into zombies, known as Whites. Also north of the Wall are humans known as Wildings, who choose no house loyalty to Westeros and are generally perceived as savages. As the kingdom's armies continue to grow, the threat of the White Walkers could ensure that there is no kingdom left to rule at all. And that's Game of Thrones in 3. Thanks for keeping up. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe to Top Trending for more videos just like this, and I'd like to ask you guys a question. Who do you think is the next character to die in the Game of Thrones series? I think it's going to be George R.R. Martin. Just a guess.